Welcome to Andhra Pradesh Samagra Shiksha KGBV online classes. My name is G. Samla. I am working at ASPETA KGBV Nellore district teaching social studies. Today we will discuss about third lesson 10th class production and employment. Production and employment. First of all, keywords we are explained. GDP, gross domestic production. Gross domestic production. The total value of final goods and services produced in country is called GDP. Next one, final goods. Goods such as food and clothes that satisfy human through their direct consumption or use. Next one, sectorial goods. Goods such as belongs to different sectors like food and clothing, automobiles and beverages. Next one is organized sector. What is organized sector? The organized sectors enterprises or places of work where the terms of employment are regular. Therefore, people have assured of work. This is called organized sector. Unorganized sector. What is unorganized sector? Unorganized sector is characterized by small scattered units which have remained largely outside control of government. This is called unorganized sector. Public sector. Any sector which mainly controlled and managed by the government is known as the public sector. This is keywords in production and employment. GDP, final goods, sectorial goods, organized sector, unorganized sector, public sector. GDP, gross domestic production. The total value of final goods and services produced in a country is called GDP. Final goods. Goods such as clothes and food and humans through the directly consumers to use. Sectorial goods. This is goods belongs to different sectors like food and cloth, automobiles and beverages. Organized sector. The enterprises or places of work, the terms of employment are regular. Therefore, the places of organized sector, people have assured of work. Unorganized sector. What is unorganized sector? Unorganized sector characterized by small scattered units which have largely outside the control of government. Public sector. Any sector controlled and managed by the government, this is called public sector. For example, telegraph, post offices and railways, Indian Railways. These are keywords. Next one, people's activities are broadly categorized into three. People's activities are broadly categorized into three. First one, agriculture. Second one, industries. Third one, services. People these activities are broadly categorized by three: agriculture, industries, services. Where the nature is dominated role in production process, this is called agriculture. These relatives are fishing, forestry, plantation, mining. These are the agricultural activities. Industries, where the goods are provided by people with the tools and machines. These are the manufacturing activities. Manufacturing activities related to industries. Next one, services. Services is activity. This activity that don't directly produce the provide a services. This is called services. People activities broadly categorized in three sectors: agriculture sector, industries, service sectors. Agriculture sector related to fishing, forestry, plantation and mining. Second one, industry. Agriculture is nature is dominant role in the production process is called agriculture. Industries where the goods are provided by the people with the machines and tools. These are the manufacturers. These related to industries. Services activities don't directly produce goods but provide services. This is called service sector. Next one, the following table shows the percentage of workers employed in different sectors in India in 1972-73 and in 2009 to 2010 after 37 years. In textbook in the table, year agriculture sector, industry sector, service sector. In 1972-73, 2009 to 10. 1972-73, 2009 to 10. Three sectors in 1972-73, 2009 to 10. In the year 1972, most people depend on agriculture, 74%. In the year 1972-73, most people depend on agriculture, 74%. 74%. Next one, 2009, decreasing the percent 53 in agriculture. 2009 to 10, 53%. In 2009 to 10. In 2009 to 10, 53%. At the same time, industry sector 1972-73, 11% in increase, 11% to 22%. The year 1972-73, most of the people depend on agriculture, 74%, and next 2009 to 10 in the year decrease in 53%. At the same time, industry sectors, people 11 to 22 increase in this sector. Next, service sector 1972-73, 53% increased the 25% in during 2009 to 10. In during 2009 to 10. This is the year agriculture, industry, service. 1972-73, most of the people, 74% depend on agriculture. And the same time, industry sector, this is decreasing, this is increasing, 11 to 22. Service sector at the same time, 15 to 25%. This one, workers employed in agriculture sector, 20% of 21% of people decrease. 20% service sector 10% of people increase. So in this graph shows the percentage of workers employed in different sectors in the India 1972, 73, 2009 to 10. Agriculture, industry, service sector. What could be the sum of the reason for these changes? As the methods of farming changed, food requirements were met by other producers. Food requirements were met by other producers. There were increasing number of craft persons and traders. Increasing number of craft persons and traders. Buying and selling these activities are increased. Besides, the ruler and employed large number of people as administrators, armies, etc. So the percentage of workers increasing in service and industry sector. What would be some of the reasons for these changes? As the methods of farming changed and food requirements were met by other producers. There were increasing craft persons and traders. And buying and selling these activities increased many times. And besides, rulers and employed a large number of people as the administrators and armies. So, increasing the workers in industry sector and service sectors. These are the changes. Next, GDP. The total value of final goods and services produced in the country is called GDP, gross domestic production. April to 31st March. 31st March is called 1st April, 31st March is called financial year. Financial year. GDP records the market value of all final goods and services produced. Goods. Next, how to estimate GDP? How do we estimate GDP? For example, if 10,000 kgs of paddy are sold at 25 rupees per kg, the total value of paddy will be 2,50,000. A farmer sells paddy to rice mill for 25 rupees per kg, 100 kilograms, the total value is 2,500 rupees. Next one, 80 kgs of rice to hotelier for 40 rupees per. 20 kgs of husket, 20 rupees per kg. The total value of goods produced by the rice mill is total rupees 3,600 rupees. The hotelier makes idli, dosa and husk is used as fuel. The hotel owner makes out 5,000 rupees. How to estimate the GDP? For example, if 10,000 kgs of paddy are sold at 25 rupees per kg, the total value of paddy will be 2,50,000 rupees. And next one, the farmer sells paddy to rice mill owner for 25 rupees per 100 kilograms. The total value is 2,500 rupees. And 80 kgs of rice to hotelier for 40 rupees per 20 kgs of husket, 20 rupees per kg. The total value of goods produced by the rice miller is is total rupees 3,600. Next one is popular takes idli and dosa. Husk is used as fuel and the hotel owner makes out 5,000 rupees. This is GDP estimate. Next one, intermediate goods. Intermediate goods. Those are not being used by final consumer is called intermediate goods. Intermediate goods, for example, paddy, rice and husk. Final goods. Final goods are goods such as fooded cloth to satisfy human wants to be directly consumer to use. Consumer to consumption to use. These are final goods. Final goods example notebook, car and computer. Intermediate goods example notebook for softwood and pulp. Car final good. These intermediate goods are tiles, tubes, glasses. These are. Next one, computer is the final good. These are intermediate goods are doors and glasses. This is software and hardware. This is the intermediate goods. This is the part of 50 years that is in the part of other shift from the industry. Next one. Organized and unorganized sector employment in India. What is organized sector? What is unorganized sector? Organized sector enterprises are places of work where the terms of employment and regular, therefore people have assured of work. This is called organized sector. What is unorganized sector? Unorganized sector is characterized by small and scattered units. Small and scattered units. This is called unorganized sector. 92% of people in workers in unorganized sector, 80%, only 8% workers in organized sector. 92% workers in unorganized sector, only 8% workers in organized sector. So, 92% workers in found in unorganized sector, 80% workers found in unorganized sector. Totally, during 2004 to 5, the unorganized sector workers, 92% of people contributed 50% of production. Only 8% organized workers contributed 50% of production and goods and produced the goods and services. The organized sector involves the enterprises are the place of people working the terms of employment and regular, therefore the peoples have assured of work. This is called organized sector. In this sector, enjoy and security of employment. Who are the working organization? Who are working organized in this sector and with the companies, total all are in the organized sector. Next one, people working in the unorganized sector is characterized by small and scattered units who have the large and people who are employed and they own the self-employed and painters, plumbers, repair persons. These are totally unorganized sector persons. Nearly 80% of rural households are in the small how to create more and better conditions. Better conditions of employment. Government can spend money or bank can provide loan to construct a well of a irrigation. Many are small dams to be constructed and the canals can be to be constructed farmers irrigation. This leads to the generate employment. This leads to the generate employment. The government can spend some money in transportation and storage of crops. Storage of crops. Make better roads, rural roads. Make better rural roads so that the mini tracks were reached everywhere. This activity can provide employment not only to farmers but also to the people and in the transport and trade sectors. Cheap agriculture credit to the farmers to farm. Promotion of local industries and services. These are the flour mills and cold storages, honey collection centers, processing of units and vegetables. These are the etc. We have to train more workers to the work efficiently with the machines. We should invest in more industries. Both of the rural and semi-urban areas we have able to many more jobs, goods and services produced. Many more goods and services produced. Why the organized sector better than the unorganized sector? Why the organized sector better than unorganized sector? The organized sector in the better conditions. Enjoyment and security of employment, fixed number of working hours and pensions and paid leaves, payment during holidays and medical facilities and environment and the safe working environment and the paid leaves. These are the organized sectors and better qualities. So, the organized sector is better than the unorganized sector. How is the service sector? How is the service sector different from other service sectors? How is the service sectors differ from the other sectors? How is the service sector different from other sectors? Service sector is the one of the three sectors and economic activities of India. It includes activities do not directly produce goods and provide the services that required in production and other services of people, whereas the primary and secondary services and secondary sectors include the production of the goods and directly from natural resources, tools and machines respectively. For example, once upon a time, post offices are limited. Their services are delivered letters and money order and telegrams. Nowadays, post offices are nowadays extending. Their services are parcel services and the deposit money. Banks to deposit money services and providing insurance services, parcel services. They are these. They are going to pension accounts like bank. They are going to have pension accounts like bank. So another example, just 10 years before, it was very difficult to have a land phone telegraph line. To get this telephone connection, people had to wait for years. But due to revolution in telecom, the people are getting cell phone, SIM cards within minutes. So these are the examples. Organized sector, unorganized sector. 92% of workers in unorganized sector, 80% of workers in organized sector. 90% organized sector workers contributed 50% of production. 80% organized sector workers contributed 50% of production. Organized sector enterprises are and the place of work where the terms of condition and regular, these are therefore people have assured work. And next one, enjoy and security of employment in the organized sector. The organized sector who are working in the government and with the companies, these are all in the organized sector. What is unorganized sector? Unorganized sector characterized by small and scattered units which have largely they in the conditions of government. So nearly 80% of rural households are in the small and marginal farmers category. How to create more and better conditions of employment. The government can spend some money and banks to provide loans to construct a well for irrigation and the small and many dams to be constructed and canals are dug to be irrigation farm. This leads to generate employment. And next one, that some money can spend the transport and storage of crops and in the make better rural roads. So government can spend some money and banks to provide a loan for construction of well to irrigations. So many dams are to be constructed and canals to be dug to the irrigation farms. This led to the improvement of employment. And next the government invests some money in transportation and storage of crops. Make better rural roads so that in many trucks reach everywhere that can provide employment that do not to only employment is the more storage of course make better rural roads so that the main trucks reach everywhere. This action can provide employment not only to farmers but also to people in the trading and the trade sectors. Cheap agricultural credits to farmers for farming and the local industries or services are improved. For example, honey collections, honey centers or collections are made the processing units of vegetables. Some of the promotion of local industries. And next one, we have to train most of the workers to work efficiency with machines. We must invest some money. So many industries, both of rural and semi-urban areas, we are able to more produce and goods in this sector. Next one, organized sector is better than unorganized sector. Why? Organized sector is better than unorganized sector. Why? In organized sector, enjoy and security of employment and fixed the working hours and paid leaves, provident fund and pensions, medical leaves and the better conditions in our organized sector. There is no facilities in our unorganized sector. In the 8% of people's workers in the organized sector. How is the service sector is different from other sectors? How is the service sector is different from other sector? Service sector is the one of the three sectors of economic activities of India. It includes activities don't directly produce goods and provide services, and they are required in production and other services of people. Primary and secondary sectors are totally in the production of goods and services directly, the natural resources of tools and machines respectively. For example, once upon a time, post offices are limited. Their services is delivered letters and money orders and telegrams. Nowadays, post offices are extending more facilities in the services and the fixed deposits and insurance services and parcel services to people to deposit money. The services are available. They are going out to pension accounts like bank. Pension accounts like bank. Next one, in another example is, now before 10 years back, it was very difficult. The no mobile phones, only landline phones are available. People waiting for more years. This connection for more years, and this time the revolution in telecom. So due to so many changes in this section. So but due to the revolution in the telecommunication, and these are developing, our Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi helped them. People are getting SIM cards and mobiles are within few minutes. Okay. Thank you. These are our homework. How to create more and better conditions of employment. How is the service sector different from other sector? Classify the following list of occupations under agriculture, industry, and industries, service sectors, and give reasons for your classification. Occupation classification. Tailor service sector, basket weaver industrial sector, flower cultivator agriculture sector, milk vendor agriculture sector, fisherman agriculture sector, priest courier is service sector. And another one, workers in match factory industrial sector, money lender service sector, gardener service sector, potter industrial sector, beekeeper agriculture sector, astronaut service sector, call centers employee. These are also service sector. The following table shows the percentage of workers employed in different sectors in India 1972-73 and in 2009 to 10, that is after 37 years. This is observed the only the year 1972-73 most of the workers in the depend on agriculture, the 74%, and decreased the 2009 to 10th year. Next, at the same time, industry sectors workers increase the 11% to 22%. Service sector workers increasing 15 to 25%. What are the major changes that you observe from the above table? What are the major changes you observe from the table? The percentage of workers employed in agriculture sector decrease due to increase in employment opportunities in industrial and service sectors. What would be the reasons for this? Reasons are improving farming methods, industrial development, initiatives of the government, development of formation and technology, infrastructural development. Next one, this is agriculture sector, this is agriculture sector, this is service sector, call center, this is industrial sector. Next one, this is the graph. Observe the graph and answer the questions. Answer the following questions by looking at the chart. Which was the largest producing sector in 1972-73? 1972-73. This is agriculture, industry, service. Agriculture, industry, service. So, agriculture sector is largest producing sector in 1972-73. In 2009-2010, the service sector, this is the largest producing sector in the 2009 to 10. These are final goods and intermediate goods. Notebook is final good. Wood, pulp, gum, paper and water intermediate goods. Car is final good. Iron and steel, glass, plastic and paints. These are intermediate goods. Computer is final good. Plastic, copper, hardware and software. These are intermediate goods. Final goods and intermediate goods. Final goods example: notebook, car, computer. Intermediate goods example: wood, pulp, gum, paper, iron and steel, glass, plastic, copper, hardware and software. These are the example of intermediate goods. Read the above table Read the above table and fill the blanks. These are the distribution of workers in India 2009 to 2010 in percentage. Agriculture sector, industrial sector, service sector. Place of residence, rural and urban. Male and female, all workers total. Read the above table and fill in the blanks. Majority of workers in agriculture are living in rural areas. Majority of workers in agriculture are living in rural areas. These are the rural area, 68%. Most dash workers are employed in agriculture sector. Only a small section of dash is in industrial sector. Female sectors. Most female workers are employed in agriculture sector. Only a small section of female is in industrial sector. More than 90% of urban workers are getting employment in dash and dash sectors, industrial and service sectors. Industrial and service sectors. Compared to males, female workers are getting employed in industrial and service sectors only to a small extent. Compared to female workers are getting employed in industrial and service sectors only to a small extent. These are the distribution of workers in India 2009 to 2010. Graph 4, shares of three sectors in GDP. Shares of three sectors in GDP. Look at the above pie charts and fill the following table. Sector, agriculture, industry, service, employment, gross domestic production in percentage. Agriculture sector in 1972-73 74%, 2009-10 53% in decrease. Industry sector 11% of employed and increased the 22%. Services sector increased the 15 to 25. Gross domestic product in percent 1970-73 43%, 2009-10 17%. Industry sector 22% in 1970-73, 2009-10 26%. Services are 35% in 1970-73, 57% in 2009-10. These are the observed shares of three sectors in GDP. This is observed above the pie charts and fill the table.